What
Epic.
pack are we on?
I'm so glad you asked. Wait, let me go live real quick.
Naughty pack?
No, I'm not doing the naughty pack. You can't pay me
That's
to do the
okay,
naughty
'cause-
pack. I decided this time to bring a friend of the channel in called The Wheel. And I made this decision because I was really disappointed with what it chose for my next Lego game after Lego Batman 2, so it needs to like atone. That's why we're spinning for which Jackbox to do it this time, because honestly at this point I'm not really privy to any. I
Alright,
guess
let's do it.
we'll just give it a roll.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Okay. So I know this one. I played this one before. Okay, I'm down for this. And I gotta say, as far as the wheel goes, this is the best case scenario given the options. Welcome back, folks. It's time to visit yet another Jackbox party pack, and this time, I'm unintentionally bridging the gap between packs 4 and 6. I actually have a bit of mileage on Party Pack 5, as there is a game on here I particularly enjoy, but I'll save that part for later. As always, I'll rank the 5 games in this pack from worst to best, and I'll also rank them compared to the master ranking. I've explained how the point system works for the master ranking a few times, so I'll spare you the details this time around. But if you need a refresher, watch the intro segments for these rankings. And in case you're wondering what the master ranking is looking like these days, it hasn't changed at all since the end of the last ranking, which is this. But you can bet that it will be 5 items longer by the end of this video. So I'm going to keep the yapping to a minimum, at least for this intro segment, and get us moving onto ranking the games of the Jackbox Party Pack 5.
I don't know about this one. You're gonna be listening to episodes of the Hawk Tua podcast when I'm done with you.
Zleddome is a game that is quite unlike any other Jackbox game in existence, and there's a pretty good reason for that. The main premise of this game is that you and your party play as astronauts who were abducted to play in this alien race's sick and twisted game show. What is so twisted, you may ask? Oh, just flinging yourself at enemies, and that's essentially it. Well, not really, but at least that's how far we got before we had our fill. First of all, and this cannot be stressed enough, do not bother trying to play this game over Discord or something. This game really is only playable if everyone is in the same room, which I feel like is a dying trend with Jackbox. Sure, in-person Jackbox still happens, but it's just so much easier over Discord. And I have these packs through Steam. I can't really play Jackbox with people without streaming. If I want to play in person, I have to have a Steam link to project the game to my TV, and I don't have a Steam link. And even then, I don't think a Steam link would solve the main problem with playing Zleddome over Discord stream, because the Steam link is, get this, also a streaming device. Anyway, let's get back on topic. You control your astronaut via a circle with your guy on it on your device. Drag the guy to charge up a shot and release to let him fling on the screen. You aim to hit these enemies, but when the enemy's HP reaches 0, they turn a certain color, and only the astronaut with the matching color can kill it. Seems easy enough, until you find that if anyone else hits them as the wrong color, the enemy gets a second wind and you have to hit him again.
Alright. Oh,
Okay.
snap.
Oh.
We're in danger. He's just trying to end it.
What? No!
Alright, bring me back. I beg of you, no! Oh, no.
The enemies can attack in different ways and you can take hits. If you run out of HP, you are out for the count until another player collides with your floating corpse to revive you. There are also power-ups that are color-coded as well, which is a little scuffed if you ask me. For example, there's a power-up that gives back HP, but it being color-coded could sometimes result in a player who doesn't need more HP getting health back while another player is on the brink of death. While there is a point system for killing enemies, this is mostly a team-based game, which is a nice change of pace at least. There are 6 gauntlets to battle through, with each gauntlet being increasingly harder. As for us, we did the tutorial, and we were good after that. Sure, you can unlock different types of power-ups as you complete more gauntlets, but we weren't exactly eager to complete them.
Would be helpful.
Oh, so you want to unlock more weapons the more you play. Okay,
Yeah.
we're not gonna
Yeah.
go that far.
Alright, I don't know that we need another round since we technically just did like 9 rounds.
We figured it would be more of the same, but more infuriating. Are we correct? I don't know, you tell me. I said earlier that this game is virtually unplayable via streaming, and that sentiment has not changed in the past few minutes since this segment started. Sure, I was the host, so it was fine for me, but for everyone else, they were dealing with 2 layers of delay. 1 layer of delay from the Discord screen share, and then also the delay on their devices. It was a slog to defeat these enemies unless they changed to my color, and even then I fumbled.
Okay, orange.
I got it.
Yes!
No!
Yeah, I try not to let recency bias get in the way of the master ranking, but Zleddome has to go to the rock bottom. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. The wheel of enormous proportions may be rigged, but at least it's still playable. Yeah, Zleddome is playable in person, but there are still 4 more games in this pack alone that are more worth your time and energy, and on top of that, not being broken. I'm not even going to read out the points for the master ranking, because do I have to? All you need to know is that the Party Pack 5 has only 1 point, but that will change. Trust.
Ooh, oh.
The fact that we're talking about Hawk 2 perhaps indicative of the quality of experience.
No idea.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm gonna pretend I knew that.
This one is a classic, and I mean a real classic. You Don't Know Jack is a game dating back as far as 1995 when Jackbox Games instead was known as Jellyvision Games. Why the change? I don't know, ask them. I don't have all the answers. When has that ever been the case? But this is the trivia game that all other Jackbox trivia games later on would base themselves off of. But You Don't Know Jack has quite the unique take on how they deliver the questions. Instead of just asking a random trivia question point blank, they instead present the questions in a way where you might have to decipher it a little bit. Meaning, they might reference something in pop culture, let's say, that's necessary to understand the question fully.
According to Matrix rules, based on its color, which pill should I swallow if I want to continue my blissful ignorance of illusion? Tylenol regular strength, Aleve, Motrin IB, or Advil?
Excuse me?
Huh.
Needing to figure out what the question is actually asking in tandem with the strict time limit makes it feel like fast-paced mayhem, and that's exactly what we like to see in Jackbox games. Sometimes the game just likes to throw trivia out the window and recall a past question in the game that you may not expect to show back up.
Oh no.
More koi.
Time to make
It's
this.
just
Wait, I forgot. Who am I calling again? The lady at the Municipal Water Reclamation District? The lady at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District? The guy at the
You get cash for getting questions right and taken away if you're wrong. Throughout the game, if you're not doing particularly great, you can receive a screw. They give out one to a player in last place after round 2, or the worst performing player in a game type that I'll talk about in a second. The screws, when played by the screwer, messes with the answers for any player who hadn't answered a question at the time that the screwer uses the screw. Previous You Don't Know Jack installments can have a screw do different things, but Full Stream's version is the most unique since you're playing with your phone as opposed to a controller. Screws can do a large variety of things in the game, such as reversing the lettering of the answers to look like gibberish, answer boxes zooming around the screen, making them harder to select, among others. The screwer gets extra cash for every player they successfully screw over. Aside from the end of round 2, a player can receive a screw after a game type called Dis or Dat. The game will present 2 categories and then show a bunch of prompts that apply to one of the 2 categories. The players can receive or get deducted cash based on if they're correct or not. The worst performing player gets a screw.
Yeah.
What?
I
I
swear.
wonder if that's
I
a North
swear.
Star.
Okay, I was gonna
I
say.
had to try it.
If Sally Hansen was a Norse god, I'm gonna throw myself.
There are several other special types of game modes that can occur throughout the first 2 rounds, but I'll refrain from going over every one of them because frankly, I'll be here all day and I also haven't seen all of these.
I don't
Take a
know.
look.
Be there.
Number 4. Looks good to me.
What?
Well, at least
Yes!
one of you didn't fall asleep.
$200, baby!
Did I get any cash for that? I wrote down piece of cake.
I
don't think I did.
A piece of cake.
Bruh.
This
game sucks.
Oh, negative 7,000. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to pay them for this show.
However, every game ends with a game mode called Jack Attack. Basically, you'll be presented with a category and the game will throw words and phrases at you. Some apply to the category, some don't. You get more cash the faster you get it right, but the opposite happens if you're wrong. If you don't take anything else from the segment, remember this. The score means nothing in this game until the Jack Attack. The cash increments they give in this round is huge, and if you know the category well enough, it could be enough to jump from dead last to the front.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think I found a kind of a meta. Huh?
Just don't do anything. Just don't vote. Yeah, I got these one perfectly.
I've rinsed up.
Haha, thank you. Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a good one. I believe Christian Bale said all of those things, though, if you told me.
Oh, he did. There's a recording of it.
Player 5 wins.
Oh.
What's my strategy for this game if I were to play again? Sandbag until the end of round 2, get the screw, and then hope the Jack Attack category is something I know enough about.
Bro, is Tails yellow or orange?
Yeah,
I guess yellow is
that's
also orange, because Chester Cheetah is apparently yellow too. I mean, orange too.
You Don't Know Jack has a different aura from most Jackbox games, and it's definitely due to the history. I mean, the squeaky clean bald head of this guy is the logo for Jackbox games itself. As frustrating as this game can be sometimes, I have to respect the history and acknowledge the creativity in the questions being asked. The only complaint I really have is that You Don't Know Jack, in general, is a product of the time of its release. This game came out in 2018, and I already feel as though some of these questions are entirely irrelevant. Like, I think we as a society have moved past deifying dogs via Instagram.
I want you to tell me if it's a dog on Instagram that has over 100,000
Wait,
followers.
what year does this come out?
A Nobel Prize winner in physics, Aloysius Van Winkle.
No.
Digby
No.
Van Winkle.
What?
No. Are you kidding me?
I don't know anymore.
Me neither.
What is
Oh
it?
no.
Are these all just dogs?
Now, this isn't the first trivia-based Jackbox game that we've covered, with the first being Trivia Murder Party 2. But between these two, if I was hankering for some trivia, I'd sooner revisit Trivia Murder Party. Sure, You Don't Know Jack is truly vintage Jackbox, but maybe it's fine for it to stay vintage. I'll put it right above Survive the Internet, but below Weapons Drawn. That gives Party Pack 5 7 points, and here's how it compares to the rest. Again, we won't see how this pack truly shapes up until we see the full ranking of this pack.
Ooh.
Dang.
Dang.
No! If only I had guessed that Tails was orange and not yellow!
You Don't Know Jack.
Yes, the game, in fact, did prove its premise.
I think Split the Room's gonna be good, so I'll do
Yeah.
Think
Zleddome
so?
first.
I mean,
I
I have
have a
been
feeling.
talking like mad crap about it. So like, if it does end up being good, like it's been forever since I played it. If it's good, then I'll eat a sock.
Depends.
Going into the recording of these Jackbox games, I was doing the opposite of hyping this game up. I had only played this game once before, years ago at this point, and I was not impressed. I kept saying to everyone that this game was going to suck, yet it's in number 3? Is the Party Pack 5 just straight garbage, or did I misremember the quality of Split the Room? As the bona fide fence sitter I am, I'm gonna say it was a little bit of both. Split the Room is a game where you introduce a conundrum to your friends, with the goal of splitting the room. See what I did there? This game consists of only 2 rounds, which goes against the 3-round standard. The first round, each player gets their own prompt, a predicament, if you will. In the prompt, there is a blank that the player will fill out. The intent is to make a would you rather statement that is designed to make the other players who will be pondering said statement to really think about it. You don't want something too obvious, or else everyone will choose the same answer. And the more of the split there is, the more points you get.
You're the victim of a ransomware attack. The only thing currently on your computer is a folder containing this. They're asking for $500.
Gasp.
I mean,
Listen, if you cash in that bond in a few years, it'll be worth more.
You could just buy another $500 bond.
The second round, the Decisive Dimension it's called, is very similar, but several players will get the same prompt. The players don't pit their answers against each other Quiplash style like you'd expect, but rather an answer that Jackbox provides. Same rules apply with you wanting to get a split, but you can also predict what a random player will choose and you'll get some bonus points if you're right. And that's it. The duration of a full game of Split the Room is a lot shorter than your average Jackbox game, and honestly, I welcome it. The concept of this game is pretty simple, and while a third round could definitely be squeezed in without the game feeling too long, I don't even know how they could twist the premise to make it different enough to warrant a third round. I do have some notes about this game, as it is though. First of all, if you can help it, play this game with an odd number of people. We played with 6 people, which means there would be 5 people voting per question, since the person presenting the would you rather obviously can't vote on their own prompt. With 5 people, a true split can't happen. At best, you can get a 3-2 vote, which the game counts as a true split, but it's not really. Basic mathematics. Also, there's definitely a meta. Basically, just state the same thing as the prompt, or present something that would negate the prompt entirely.
Also equally as damn.
Oh, come on. What are we doing here?
We're splitting the room.
Yeah, I guess this is the yeah, and it worked.
A perfect split.
Hey.
We found the meta, everybody.
While the voters will recognize what you're doing immediately, they will have to choose one or the other despite there being virtually no difference. Chances are, you'll get a split, or at least not a unanimous vote. And with that, I concede my previous discontent with this game. Sure, it's a little simple, and could use another round, but we had a good time with this one, I'd say. Not sure if we'd return to it, but never say never, you know? I'll place it under Joke Boat since that game makes you think a little harder for what will still be a terrible joke. The Party Pack 5 now has 17 points compared to these. Woof. I mean, meow. Hope these last 2 games pull their weight, or else we will have a confirmed stinker.
You are transported back to the moment right before you were conceived. So that means, yeah, if you watch your parents perform the act, you'll form the
What is this game?
This. You must watch it. Do you watch?
This probably isn't making it into the video. Just my interactions with the row rap community have really prepared me for this.
Yeah.
Now this one is not a stinker. I'll say it. Mad vs. City is a game that pits you against your friends in rap battles, but since most people who play Jackbox have irreparable social anxiety, the game does the rapping for you, and it's better for it. Mad vs. City starts off with asking you to give a certain type of word. Think Mad Libs. Noun, verb, household object, whatever. Then, the game will give you the first bar to your freestyle rap using the word that you submitted. Then, you have to create your own verse, preferably one that will rhyme with its predecessor. Hot tip, the word you enter in for your Mad Libs word will always be the last word of the verse, so make sure it's a word that's easily rhymable.
Haven't you heard? I can't be farted. When someone tries to like me, I already darted.
Okay. I see now.
That's really good.
he darted.
Then you will repeat it once again to complete your rap. 4 lines of probably the type of material that even SoundCloud rappers would keep in their drafts. Your raps are then pitted against each other and the non-participating players vote for which is better. Repeat this for a few rounds and whoever gets the most points at the end wins. In this game, the simplicity absolutely makes it. This is honestly something that could be held in the same regard as Quiplash, which is seen by many as the Jackbox game. I know it's a huge claim, but Mad vs. City and Quiplash are on the same level in terms of complexity, and there's a ton of mileage that you can get from this game. A few things to note though. I wish the game gave you a better idea of what the Jackbox generated rap verse would look like. Sometimes the verse comes out in a way that's just not grammatically correct, which can totally throw off the flow of your freestyle.
When I'm done here, I'm gonna go cleaning dishes. That's grammatically incorrect. I'm gonna go sleep with fishes.
It said give you like a boring activity, so I said cleaning dishes, and then like it gave me a line that just doesn't make sense.
A little detail I found useful was that the game will tell you who your opponent will be in the upcoming round. This allows you to curate your verses to diss your opponent if you so please, which is kind of the whole point of a rap battle, no? But be careful to make sure you don't have typos in your verses because the text-to-speech will read it as such.
Your life so far is just like the Joker. And what? Your life's been a joke. Scoring 32 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Lick. The pause before lick.
The same goes for punctuation too. It will read anything, which can totally ruin your verse if you're not careful.
You're not fit to hold my shit. You're not suited for much more than good. I flow so still. You flow like nightlight. Society believes me to be the plot. Right height and plot.
Quote.
Screwed over by this check with a quotation mark.
You owned me, bro.
Oh, and remember when I said you should want to play Split the Room with an odd amount of people? Well, I recommend that even more for Mad vs. City. You may ask, If there's an odd amount of people, then one person will be without a rap battle partner in the round, right? Well, yeah, you're technically correct. But to compensate for that, Jackbox introduces an absolute goat of an AI. His name is Gene.
Go, Gene.
Right.
A regular Scott Bakula. Remember when he quantum leapt into Dracula? I'm the greatest as
So-
you can own. You don't have half the collectibles I own.
Wow, so Gene's a Trekkie.
You never know what Gene has in store. He could make a Star Trek reference. He could trauma dump. He could respect women, or even just burn himself.
Dang, I'm never gonna go up against Gene.
You won my autograph?
Rip.
Because you look delighted. I need my glasses.
Dang.
I'm nearsighted.
Why is he so? He's so like insecure.
That's why I respect you.
Bro, he respects women though.
All right, bonus
Okay, I
points
guess
for
we're
that.
judging this based off different categories. Does Tahu respect women?
It's made up.
Do it all like I told you recently. Susan, if you break up with me, do it decently.
Whoa!
Pretty like the capital C creature. Pretty creature to be sure, but still.
Okay, Gene.
Gene is going through
Gene
something.
is hurt.
Bro, he's driving creature with creature.
Yeah, that's not allowed.
You gotta love Gene though.
Okay, now, so who's the dopest rapper?
He opened up here.
You just never have any idea what Gene has in his back pocket that he's going to pull out for a rap battle, and I can't wait to see him again. He made his debut in Party Pack 4 and survived the internet, though he only plays if you don't have enough friends. What a nice guy. But he's made several appearances in the Party Pack since then. But this is probably his best appearance, at least that I've seen so far.
You trash the garbage in that pail. I try to eat
Ooh.
healthy, but I can't stand kale. I'm hungry for cookies, but you're just a shrimp. When I make patterned skirts, I always screw up the crib.
I'll go as far as to say that this tops Pole Mine, which is the best game of Party Pack 8. This bumps up the point total of Party Pack 5 quite a bit, and we still have one more game to go. The point total now is 38 points for Party Pack 5, and these for the rest. Okay, so Madverse is not a stinker, but obviously not the best of the pack. But let's talk about that guy right now.
I feel like I finally found a flow at the end there.
Check it out, y'all. Welcome
Yeah.
to the
I think Gene did too.
rules for the-
Here it is, the best game of the Party Pack 5. You thought I was glazing Madverse City too much? Well, let me introduce you to Patently Stupid, aka the only reason I have to ever open this Party Pack, period. Patently Stupid combines everything that Jackbox tends to offer into one game. You got fill in the blanks, you got drawings, you got actual presentation of your creations. The only thing it doesn't have is the ability to fling guys at enemies, and we all know how I feel about that, so it's better that it's not here. Patently Stupid is a game where you make up inventions and present them to your peers in hopes of them wanting to fund it. You start out the game answering some fill in the blank prompts. These prompts usually have something to do with a certain problem that needs fixing. These prompts will then be sent to other players, and if another player has an idea that solves the problem that you created, then they can select it and create a way. There are 3 components to this invention. First, you need to have a catchy name for your invention, as well as a crude drawing on a napkin depicting it. Additionally, you will also come up with a tagline to complement your upcoming pitch. After all is said and done, the players take turns presenting the problem they chose to rectify along with their rectification. That sounds like a word that would get me demonetized.
I'm going to present my invention. So the problem is you have too many vials of super soldier serum. And so I created the solution. It's called marginalized groups. You have poor people. They need money. And they will test for cash.
Anyway, you can present your invention any way you want, be that with the picture first, title first, even tagline first if you're feeling frisky. The presentation aspect of it is totally up to you, including the option to have the game present for you, which just consists of the narrator saying, oh well, this is what the title says, and this is what it looks like, and this is the tagline, blah blah blah. Honestly, even though it's an option, the present for me feature should never be used in my opinion. The presentation portion is kind of the backbone of the game. Filling out the prompts, the drawing, and the titling, and the taglining are all... That's not a word. They're all just set up for the wacky presentations. So having the game present for you is a little lame, but it's another thing if you accidentally press the present for me button, which still happens every so often.
We got this covered. What's up, Toby? Seems
Wait, I said I'll present.
I sure do, Lena.
What? What are you doing?
This happened.
Well, go.
But I'm not looking at your state mandated bungee jump training.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I have a shirt for you. No, I wasn't gonna present in this order.
No.
Simply wear this shirt that says I do not consent, and they legally cannot make you.
So the first round consists of everyone presenting their own problem, and when everyone presents, players vote for their first, second, and third favorite inventions, which equate to cash tokens. If these tokens add up to a value higher than the funding threshold, congrats, you don't suck. Now for the second and last round, a player will be given all of the unused prompts from the beginning of the game, and they will select one. This prompt will then be solved by everyone. This results in a round of presentations where everyone will have their own take on a solution.
So, have you ever run into a problem where you go to a job interview and they tell you to get out because you're in Shrek cosplay?
I keep on messing up when because at job interviews, because I'm wearing my Shrek outfit. I have a whole thing.
All right, everybody. We're all familiar with this problem. This plagues everybody I know personally.
I have a confession to make. I have failed no less than 8 job interviews because I can't stop wearing my Shrek plushie.
My solution to the issue. What happens when you go to your job interviews dressed in your Shrek plushie?
I want to work in an environment where it's not Shrek accepting. That's why I present to you the swamp tinted glasses.
The Shrekification ray.
Shrek would love to.
I present to you the de-Shrekifier field.
Well, my replacement for that is the Shrek suit.
Introducing the Gaslight Gang.
So basically, you walk into your interview, and you give them these glasses. Hold on, let me show you the drawing. You give them these, and you're like, hey, this is a dietary restriction or something. I don't know. Come up with an excuse.
You point this thing at someone, and they will just become Shrek.
Instead of wearing a small undersized plushie, now you can wear the Shrek suit, a properly fitted outfit for the occasion. Become Shrek and start earning your way to the swamp of your dreams.
Yes, it's like a more socially acceptable way to show your devotion to Shrek.
A simple metal construct similar in shape and function to the metal detectors at airports. Simply set this up in front of the door before you enter the building, and it will vaporize the Shrek costume right off of your body.
Why submit to social norms when you can create new ones? Now, we have a crack team working behind the scenes at all times to essentially gaslight everybody into thinking that this sort of behavior is okay, because really it is.
I mean, I hate how this could actually maybe work realistically.
Then the players will select their favorites, similar to the first round, and there's a slightly higher threshold for funding. Now, whether it gets funded or not doesn't necessarily matter, since the winner is chosen by who accumulated the most cash over the course of the game. But if your inventions are getting funded, it's pretty indicative of whether or not you'll win. This game, similar to Split the Room, has only 2 rounds, but it's fine for this game since there's so much meat in the game. For Split the Room, you're just filling out prompts, which is fine, but in Patently Stupid, you're doing that plus so much more. And the players get up to 75 seconds to present, so the games are just naturally longer. I'm always a fan of presentations in Jackbox games. It's one thing to be quippy in one text prompt, but it's another thing to be quippy on the fly for an extended period of time. I just feel like there's an element of performance in this game that will elevate your pitch.
Detectives are getting suspicious, and they're starting to look into your killings and the circumstances surrounding them. I propose a service called counterintelligence. In its current implementation, is only really effective in metropolitan areas with very tall buildings. We place a Gatling gunner on the top of these skyscrapers, and when they see the detective approaching the crime scene, they will gun down that detective for you.
Yeah, and it throws them off your scent, because now there's a guy with a Gatling gun on a roof somewhere.
But 75 seconds is a long time for some presentations, and while the presenter can end it early, it can also allow your potential investors to ask questions about your invention. That's something I like to do. I like to try and poke holes in an invention of other players to potentially steer other players away from their invention and onto potentially mine. What did someone say? I take this game too seriously?
You have this problem. The detectives are looking into your killings. But why are they looking into your killings? Well, I have the solution. A Dissolve-O-Matic is a revolutionary new product that will fit right into your home. Acid resistant, stain resistant. You can put a body in there, any kind of acid or any kind of base. That body is going to go up bubbling and nobody's going to know. You just pull the plug, goes right down the drain, just like normal sewage or anything else you would dump.
I
So
love
this
that
is
the
the
acid's violently boiling.
Oh, that's because of this is a rather volatile solution to show off the resistance to the tub. They're not going to suspect a thing.
Love that.
And it's sleek and stylish. Like, it'll match any decor, whether you're like French Rococo, Georgian, country.
So what if the detectives show up and they show up to your place and they're like, "Oh, can we ask you a few questions?" And they're like, "Can you use the bathroom?" They go in and they see this.
Well, that's why they're not going to notice, because it just fits right into the decor.
Not the bubbly, fizzy acid.
I enjoy Patently Stupid a lot, if you haven't been able to tell. Of course I do. It's number 1. And you know what? I'm doing it. Patently Stupid not only gets number 1 in this ranking, but it's number 1 in the master ranking. It's going straight to the top. Before now, Champed Up was at number 1, but I would definitely opt for Patently Stupid over Champed Up any day. This game, as I said, combines every good, I said, type of gameplay that you see in Jackbox games. I'll reveal the final scoring of the master ranking in the outro, but it'll be very interesting to see how Party Pack 5 will size up. So let's find out, shall we?
What? I'm turning you into a Shrek right now.
So that was the Party Pack 5, and it truly was a roller coaster. We have seen the lowest of lows with a virtually unplayable game, and we've seen the highest of highs with a game that toppled the best game since the second Jackbox video. It's clear that during development, some games of the Party Pack 5 got more attention than others, and that's fine with me. The good games we got, which were Patently Stupid, Mad vs. City, and kind of Split the Room, definitely makes this pack worth the purchase. And now, it's time for the final master ranking. Previously in the video, I just displayed the points on the screen because we're now at that point where listing them out for every single segment is unnecessary. After all, we've covered 5 of the 10 party packs that are released as of recording. And no, I'm not going to include the Naughty Pack or Starter Pack. They aren't numbered, so they aren't canon. Quote that. But enough stalling, let's get that drum roll. We got Party Pack 8 in last place with 58 points, no surprise. Party Pack 5 in 4th place with 63 points. Party Pack 4 in 3rd with 66 points. Party Pack 7 in 2nd with 67. And Party Pack 6, the one where it all started, still has the lead with 71 points. Wow. Party Pack 5 underperformed compared to what I was expecting. Like, I know Zleddome was in the absolute bottom of the barrel, last place in the master ranking, but I feel like the placements of the other games, with one of them being the actual best, would at least get it ahead of Party Pack 4. I guess not. So overall, if you only had money for one party pack, I guess Party Pack 6 is still your best bet, but Patently Stupid gets a glowing endorsement from me. But that is the ranking. Thanks for watching. As always, big shout out to those who played this pack with me to determine the rankings. Always a pleasure spending time with these fellows. Lego game ranking is coming. Life be lifing right now, so I can't give an estimate on when it's coming, but I don't know, carry on with your life. Check in monthly. There might be something. I don't know. But again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. You know the drill. And I'll see you guys later.